It's Dr. Lori. I'm at Urban Renewal Consignment in Marietta, Georgia, outside Atlanta. Come shopping with me. Kate Spade is another one. So Kate Spade's right here. They changed too over time. So some of the things you want to look for with different types of designers. But Kate Spade, really popular throughout. Kate Spade stopped using hardware right here at a certain time, and that became problematic if you use the bag all the time. Now, we all know that we're not using these bags all the time. We have a lot of bags. Most people have a lot of purses, a lot of handbags, so we're not using them sort of, this is our daily, the way in the 1970s, 80s, even early 90s, you're using the same bag all the time. You're switching out bags all the time now. So that was one of the problems, because over time, this starts to rip, and that's a problem for it. It also changed once Kate Spade sold the company and stopped doing all of the designs, because you really had a little bit of less, I think, quality for some of the Kate Spade pieces. Here's your logo inside. You can see the logo there, and then I'll show you the logo outside. But this is newer Kate Spade, and once Kate Spade herself, whose name, of course, is licensed on the company, had already sold off the company and left the company prior to her untimely death. So here's the outside logo. There's usually a little tag logo too, and of course the Spade was very popular. Some of you may not know that Kate Spade was the sister-in-law of David Spade, the comedian from Saturday Night Live fame. So how much is this bag? This bag is $50, and I would say that value on this bag is about $65. It's beautiful, a gorgeous gray, very popular until about a year ago or so. Everybody wanted gray, and a lot of these designs were gray. But I want to compare it to a different Kate Spade bag that's a little bit earlier. So here's a Kate Spade bag, and this one is black, so basic black. And notice the hardware. Notice the way this bag has the hardware for the straps to connect the straps. Notice also the stitching of this area at the bottom, which sort of goes to a rounded point that reinforces that strap. That's important for quality, and that's important for, of course, long-standing use. So if you're using it a lot. And the reason why, of course, I point out that particular point about this gray bag, about these handles. I was in Las Vegas doing an event, and I had this bag, and it was red, and it was great, and it matched everything, and one of the handles broke while I was going through the airport. And I was like, oh my gosh, you have to hold the bag. So it doesn't make you feel too good about when they change things with respect to quality. So this Kate Spade bag, the black one with the reinforced hardware, is what we typically see. And these folks here realize that, because look at this price. This price is $61.99 for the Kate Spade black bag. And I also like it because, of course, everything really big in it. Notice the interior of this bag, which also is a little bit different. One of the things that you want to see with this bag, nice strong zipper. Look at the Kate Spade New York lining. That's one of the other things you want to look for the earlier Kate Spade bags. Now, granted, these are not early Kate Spade, but these are the Kate Spade bags that you're going to see in the early part of the 2000s, the early 21st century. But these are better manufactured quality elements like this. They also have this tag. I don't know if you can see it on the side, but there's also a tag in there that is a Kate Spade fabric tag that you want to look for. That is not what the newer pieces have. So all of these characteristics are what you're looking for if you're looking for the higher quality, but you still like the designs of Kate Spade. And Kate Spade bags do come with Kate Spade. They're brown with the logo on them. Dust cover bags. So those are, in fact, pretty popular too. Does not look like it's been touched, does not look like it's been used. You can always tell by the feet. So first of all, the feet shouldn't come off the bag. You should have the piping that's very nice and sharp and very black. So if you have a black bag, it shouldn't be white. You shouldn't be able to see the underlayment of the piping. So this bag says $61.99. This is a $75 bag. So you're getting a bargain for this one too if you purchased it here. Then we've got Dooney & Bourke. Dooney & Bourke had this great logo here that's now changed. This is the older Dooney & Bourke logo with the little duck. This is one of the hobo bags, goes over the shoulder with the characteristic tassels that has a two-tone Dooney Bourke is really well known for two-tone bags. I'll show you a couple of them here. Here's a Dooney Bourke contrasting color bag, more of a hobo bag with, again, the contrast or the two-tone of the brown leather, and then this is the pebbled olive leather. Notice the logo has changed as well. The Dooney Bourke logo is the newer logo with just the name, and then it indicates, of course, manufacturer. And a lot of the times, a lot of these manufacturers' logos are now starting to integrate the date when they were established. So for Dooney Bourke, it's 1975. Coach was introduced in the 40s, I think it was 1941, and some of their Coach logos will show that too. But for Dooney Bourke, this is a real characteristic piece, and there are a lot of aspects of a Dooney Bourke bag that are great. I happen to carry Dooney Bourke often because it travels well. It has, first of all, this one I think has just come out of the bag. I really don't think this one's been used because this looks like the Dooney Bourke covering that you'll get in shipping, right? But you can see the hardware on it, which actually is one of those lobster claw hardware pieces. It's really strong hardware. It's almost indestructible. My mother would say about these bags, I'll never forget it, when we were kids in the 70s and 80s and 90s, she would say, it's kind of disappointing. I can't get a new bag because the old one didn't wear out. So she would be upset because she'd want to get a new bag, but she wouldn't feel like she should because the old one didn't wear out yet. But this Dooney Bourke bag is $112.99. Now, these bags are regularly $179, about $180 to about $200. I would say value on this bag, which does look to be new, is about $179. So this is a bargain as well. And as I said, it looks brand new, and it's a great contrast. The older Dooney Bourke bag, this one is an older style, a hobo style. You can see a couple of scratches. The word for scratches is abrasions. When you abrade or scratch up against something, it's very hard to keep these types of pieces perfect. But this one is an older style, and it's quite large. And you can see front and back, quite large for this particular bag. It has this woven leather, and it's really strong, nicely stitched. The strong woven braid, and the two-tone again. So in this case, you've got a little bit of purple against the brown, you've got a little bit of the green against the brown, but they like that two-tone. When I unzip it, you're gonna see the interior, also two-tone. So it looks like Christmas in here, with of course the Dooney Bourke, and you can see it, the Dooney Bourke older logo. So this is a real nice vintage bag for Dooney Bourke. How much do they want for it? Yeah. They want $155.99 for it. I think it's in good condition, almost very good condition. And this particular bag is a $300 bag. And it really could use just a little bit of moisturizer, leather moisturizer, but I would say $300 for this one. That's a beautiful bag by Dooney Bourke. If you like their vintage styles, this one goes right over the shoulder, so everything you need, like I am, all the stuff that's very important that you need in the bag, because I couldn't just have a little tiny bag. I have a million things I have to carry all around. That one's another real bargain. I can't go too far without showing you a really new Dooney Bourke with, they incorporate the older logo with, of course, their name, and the bright pebbled yellow is, I think they call it sunburst, but the bright pebbled yellow, so popular. It's really fun shopping here because everybody's very excited to be here shopping. This is $89.99, and I will tell you there is a price tag on it. There's a couple different price tags on it, which tells you that these bags are new and they're sent in here. So this one was purchased at Macy's department store, and it has a price tag on it of $118.80, and they're asking here $89.99. So I think it's worth at least $125 because it was on sale, of course, there. In the market today, you're probably looking just around $125 for this. This is a larger bag. It's in good condition. It has the nice, strong, big hardware. So it's big hardware. It also is going to be adjustable, so you could wear it a little bit lower on your shoulder or a little higher right under your arm if you want to just move this into one of the other grommets on this belt. So that's a nice piece too. And I told you I would tell you about Coach, because here we are with Coach. Coach pieces, very desirable. Now Coach, as I said, started out in the 40s and really made its name as affordable luxury bags in the 1980s. So bags for messenger bags and bags that would be kind of briefcases that were crossbodies, small pocketbooks, big pocketbooks, tote bags and such. In the 2000s, they started the CC logo. They started the Coach logo bags, and they started to put their logo on everything. As someone who, for a long time, carried Coach and knows a lot about Coach bags, I will say very durable, very, very happy, but I really wasn't so crazy about having to wear the logos. But the logos go back to the major designers, the Chanels, the Guccis, and others who put their logos on their pieces too. Look how small this zipper is. Me, I would think things are going to drop out. So it's not my style, but it's very popular, these pieces. And right inside, now here's the information. Might be a little hard to get at, but here's the information, the serial number for the Coach bags. Because these bags do become collector's items. People like to collect different types. Again, much of the design relates to things like the logo tags or the keychains. Much of the designs relate to, of course, the hooks or the metal in different colors. So whether it's a contrasting gold or a contrasting silver against the actual leather, that's what we typically see with Coach. The hardware must match, and that includes the feet. And the feet here are in very good condition. You can see that they're reinforced as well with the silver feet that match the hook and the rest of the hardware and the rest of the bag. So how much for this one? This one's $74.99, and value on this one is about $95. Beautiful condition, no staining, because this tends to stain. And there's this pink Coach bag, which is very pretty. The pink is pretty. The pebbled leather, of course, helps to keep it clean. That's a nice pebbly kind of textured leather. It has a lot of reinforcements that Coach does. First of all, it gives you a nice big gold keychain logo tag on it. I think it says Coach, so it says Coach on this side. And then it also highlights all of the metal. It highlights the gold tone metal here, and of course the Coach logo. Coach always uses their Coach New York. Sometimes they'll say on the older bags, established 1941, but Coach was all about affordable luxury, and the gold tone metal of the zipper too with the Coach logo on it. The piece I really like about this piece, and the way I like to tell whether or not whether it's in good condition, has to do with the zipper, the feet, and the straps. So let's start at the top with the straps. You look at the straps and you want to be careful that they first match up, that one isn't sort of longer than the other, that they're still in sync, and then the logo areas around the metal link chains, they should all, if they're authentic Coach pieces, have, of course, those logos included. The feet on the bottom, now these don't have any, this bag doesn't have any feet, but you can tell whether or not it's been, sort of put on the ground a lot of times by this edge, and that edge should be a different color. So it should be a darker contrasting color to the pink, just the way it is here. The stitching should also be consistent throughout all of these bags. So that's one of the other telltale signs. When you see the zipper, I'm going to take this off here and show you the zipper. The zipper has a logo on it, has the Coach logo on it here, but the zipper also opens here like this, and then you'll notice this person tucked it in as opposed to the zipper being left outside of the piece. So that was tucked in by probably who owned it prior to it coming here to this shop. And the other thing you want to look for with all these Coach bags, you want to look for the label on the interior that also shows you a serial number. So that Coach logo with the serial number will be important. Coach bags usually have a zipper on one side, on the interior. Here's the zipper on one side. And it usually has pockets that are separated, a small and a large on the other side, which you see here. I like that they stuff these bags. A lot of places don't, and stuffing them helps them keep their shape. If they have a dust bag that comes with it, that's even better because those are very desirable. This Coach bag has a tag on it, the original Coach tag of $398. That was the retail price. And the store is asking $175.99 on this price tag. Now you're going to ask me, well, what's it worth, Dr. Lori? It's worth $250 in this condition. And of course, for this particular bag, that dates to the early years of the 2000s. I left the treasures all here for you. There's more to come.